right, man. Jaime Munguia lost competitive unanimous decision versus Canelo. Well, Canelo won a competitive unanimous decision versus Munguia. I thought the commentators kind of made the fight seem wider than what it was. I didn't score, but it looked to be a 116, 111, 117, 115, 113 type of fight. I felt that Munguia outworked Canelo, but Canelo landed the more cleaner and effective shots. And he had the ring generalship because whenever he decided he wanted to throw punches and slow Munguia down or hurt Munguia, he did so. You know what I'm saying? So he controlled the maestro. You know what I'm saying? He controlled he controlled the fight. You know what I'm saying? He simply controlled the fight. So with him controlling the fight and controlling the speed of the fight, he controlled. When action happened, out there, Munguia pop his head back and land some effective shots. Yeah, Munguia looked to be, the bigger guy in the ring, as well. He looked to be the bigger guy in the ring. But his punches didn't have the effect that Canelo's did. Canelo was rocking him, dropped him, hurt him. And I was wondering if Canelo really, really wanted to do damage to him like that. That's what you was really thinking to yourself. Like, did Canelo really want to hurt him? Because it seemed like Canelo, could have stepped it up to another gear and got Munguia to fuck up out of there. But he failed to do so. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he could have stepped it up. You know what I'm saying? People that watched the Charlo fight, they felt the same way. People that watched the Charlo fight, they felt the same way. We just felt like he legitimately could have stepped. Like, it just seemed like he can't go to that gear no more. And everybody said, "Oh, his punch selection is good," and now, he rather beat guys cerebrally, and now he's playing on another level, and now he beating guys with his mind, and all. That motherfucker just lazy. You can tell he don't have the same the gas no more. He don't have the same like energy no more, and you got to make adjustments as you get older. Let's keep it a bean. You have to make adjustments as you get older. When you start talking about, you can't sit there and throw 1,000 punches all day. You can't throw 1,000 punches all day. So when you start talking about that aspect of it, and not being able to throw those punches that you used to throw and throw everything you need to throw, and do everything you need to do and more act. No, you got to change as you get older. Michael Jordan was a guy that changed as he got older. What did he do? All that high flying stuff, he didn't do it as much. He started just conserving energy. He started playing the game on another level. You know what I'm saying? He started playing the game on another level, and he just started, being more conservative. And I feel like that's where Canelo's at with it. But if you can't step it up in spurts and get a guy out there, and maybe he just had, he had grace on him, and he didn't want to do Munguia like that. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he didn't, because it was opportunities for him to get Munguia out there, and it was kind of like he was holding back. It kind of was like he was holding back. That's what I was seeing. It was kind of like he was holding back. But the cards were 117, 110. I felt that was too wide, but the next two was good. Tim Cheetah had 117, 110. I think the next two was more indicative of what happened. 116, 111, and 115, 112. That's what I think. It was more of those type of fights. Canelo didn't really blow him out the water. I felt like he should have, or he could have. I felt like he held back. But in the Charlo fight, you could say the same thing. in a Munguia, not the Munguia fight, but what's the other fight? The John Ryder fight. It just don't seem like he can go to that gear no more. It don't seem like he willing to go to that gear no more. You know what I'm saying? It just don't seem like he ready to go to that gear, or he can go to that gear. And that's the scary thing about certain matchups out there that he probably shouldn't fight. Because if a guy in there that he really can't hurt, or he really going to throw multiple punches to put down, get in there and they come in like a buzzsaw, I don't think he got the energy to keep the dude up off of him. That's my opinion. Because Munguia kept coming, pause, all day. And one of the mistakes Munguia made, he sat in front of Canelo's face too much. He was sitting right in front of Canelo, throwing punches. And credit to him, sometimes he would move his head. Sometimes, but what he should have been doing is, if you throw a punch, if you ain't throwing, don't sit right in front of him hunched over with your chin up. That's my problem. He was sitting right in front of him, hunched over, sitting there for that uppercut. If you're going to sit there, be punching, be jabbing, or be stepping over. That's what it should have been. He was standing right in front of Canelo too much, man. He was standing right in front of Canelo too much. And there lays your problem. You just sitting there not doing nothing. Even if he's sitting there moving his head, that's not enough. Step over. That's what I would tell him. Step over. Use your footwork. Get over and create an angle. That way, Canelo gotta, he physically has to adjust. But he wasn't doing that. But he jabbed more. And he was a lot more patient than I thought he was gonna be. He threw some body shots, but his punches just didn't have the effect on Canelo that they have on other fighters. Canelo punches were by far more stronger, more effective. He hurt him to the liver. He hurt him to the head. He hurt him everywhere. Only thing Canelo really didn't do was double and triple up his punches and throw combinations. And I don't think he can anymore. He's never been a fighter with great stamina. So as you get older, that doesn't improve. So he's fighting at optimal, his most optimal. Like he's very, very efficient. He's being very efficient. He's being very efficient. That's cool. That's what we can say. He's being very efficient. He's being very efficient. That's what I will say. He's being very efficient. But the problem is, even with it, the most efficient thing you can do, if you have an opponent in front of you, right, and you can get him out of there, the most efficient thing you can do is step it up to get him out of there. That's the most efficient thing you can do is step it up and get that guy up out of there. That's the most efficient thing you could do. And right now, I don't think he can go to that next gear. So that's something that a lot of guys should put in their mind. If I got a guy, that's just throwing certain punches and seeing openings, but if he get me hurt, he can't finish me. Guess what? Let me bang that body. Let me hit him on the wrist, on the elbows. You know what I'm saying? let me go to his drum. And then when the later rounds come, let me start stepping it up physically. Let me start stepping it up physically. Yeah, let me start stepping it up physically. I mean, ouch punch wise. But Munguia, he was more ready than I thought he was. He was more ready than I thought he was, but his punch power, that was the difference. His punches just didn't have the same. He couldn't hurt Canelo. He outworked Canelo from I don't know what the he outworked Canelo. He outworked Canelo. We can't give him that. He outworked him. Went to the body a few times. He seemed to go to the body when Canelo hurt him to the body. But wasn't able to double and triple up them shots. He hit Canelo a bunch last night. He hit Canelo a bunch. But the problem is they didn't have no effect on him. And credit to Canelo, he hit Canelo clean. The problem was Canelo could take a punch. But also the other problem is Canelo, you ain't gonna hit him with more than one or two clean shots. That's the other problem. You ain't gonna hit him with more than one or two clean shots. So Munguia wasn't really able to put 3, 4, 5, 6 punches together, even though he threw his signature. When he threw his signature, when he threw his signature combination, Canelo blocked most of those shots. Canelo blocked most of those shots. So it wasn't a fight that it was worth staying up for. It was a glorified sparring match. But Freddie Roach and them had the right game plan. They really did. They had the right game plan. And the game plan had to be work off the jab, which he did more than he ever did with Eric Morales. The game plan was to be patient, be yourself in spots. Don't brawl with him. But the only thing he didn't do that he should have did was he shouldn't have sat in front of Canelo. If you sit in front of Canelo, be punching, all right? Either you punching or you fading or you moving. You getting out of there. But he sat in front of Canelo too long. That was a problem. He sat in front of Canelo way too long. He was just sitting there with his chin exposed. He was sitting there with his chin exposed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you jabbing, punching, fainting, or you getting the hell up out of there. One or the two. So, that's the only thing I really can say that could have been different with him not just sitting in front of that man. Don't sit in front of him. But other than that, he just was outgunned and outmatched. That's it. Too much experience. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on check out the Patreon. Appreciate everybody that supported the Patreon. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.